Before we get started, I just would like everyone to please note the emergency exits to your left and back through the lobby. Thank you, Jay Ross and Dylan, for such a great opening. Music and arts help shift mindsets and create change. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight, as well as those of you who sponsored us and are listed in the program. Thank you all for believing in our event when it was just an idea and helping make it a reality here tonight. I also want to thank all of the people that have worked behind the scenes to see this event come to life. Now let's get started. Hello and welcome. My name is Mackenzie Kettwig, and I am a senior at Colfax High School. I'm the student board member representative for Colfax and the president of Placer County Youth Commission. It is my honor to be opening this event and rather humbling to be sharing the views of so many of my peers. So why are we doing this event? First, we wanted to build a sense of community and support. Climate change is a scary topic, and it's often hard to feel like you, as one person, can make a difference. But together, as a part of something bigger, by sharing a common goal, the work and effort can be inspiring and energizing. We also know that wonderful new possibilities unfold just by bringing a large group of people together around a common issue of concern. When you walked in the door, each of you told a student one thing that you've done to lower your carbon footprint. It may feel small, but when you look at this list that we are putting up of one thing that everyone is doing, it adds up. Look around you, smile, and say thank you to someone for their effort. Know that what they are doing is likely more than just that one thing. Just kidding, we're gonna wait. Brief second to pull up the list of things that all of you are doing here tonight. That is not the list. Okay. This is the list. Just for clarification purposes.
Oh, we have 2 children.
Well, good for us.
Yeah. Yay for us.
All right, so now you guys can look around you and smile and say thank you to someone for their effort. And please note that they are likely doing more than just this one thing that they reported or that they want to. So I'm hoping that you feel a little bit better now, a little more motivated to take the next step. And we're not doing these actions alone. We can acknowledge that the current position we're in is bad, but by taking action, we can feel better about ourselves and our community for trying to change. As Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has.
That's right.
Second, we want a nonpartisan, non-political event here tonight. In our current world, that is a hard thing to do. We are not here to call each other names or make generalizations. We are here to discuss an issue. Recently, someone asked me to rephrase the words climate change because it's viewed as too politically charged instead of for what it actually is, a problem that needs to be addressed. Most countries in the world have agreed that climate change is not in affiliation with any political party and see it as a human-induced thing, and action is needed. There are arguments on how best to get off of fossil fuels and lower greenhouse gases, but this allows for plans to be put in place that will achieve the most impactful results. Fossil fuels themselves brought a lot of wonderful things to the world, but we now know that we can't continue forward on our current path without risking all life on Earth. The longer we wait, the greater the impacts and the more difficult the solutions. We wanted an educational event here tonight. Climate science is confusing to most people. Terms, charts, projections, unknown variables, etc. We have self-proclaimed climate experts everywhere and social media outlets feeding us confusing information. Media is often more interested in catching your attention through highlighting controversy surrounding an issue rather than reporting the facts themselves. So we were excited by the possibility to bring an environmental scientist, Dana Nucitelli, to speak here today. Lastly, we wanted to share the youth perspective. So on that note, I'd like to show you a video featuring and produced by youth in Placer County.
Hopeless, and sad, stressed out, frustrated,
Underestimated.
disappointed,
Makes me feel sad.
angry,
It's depressing.
anxious, challenged,
Concerned.
I don't know how I feel about it.
furious, sad.
Climate change.
I don't know. I just it is concerning.
Hopeless.
It feels like the world's ending.
I feel disappointed in the fact that so many deny the severity of climate change and how it is going to impact the world and everyone who lives in it.
I want my kids to be able to live in a place that is clean and healthy for them and their kids too.
I feel confused as to why people are discrediting a lot of scientists.
It feels like we can't really do anything to fix it, but we are proving that we can if we get our act together.
Many people refuse to make small changes in their daily lives because they feel that they're not a part of the problem or that small changes will not make a difference. However, when we're all thinking that it's contributing to the problem significantly.
It makes me upset because no one's doing anything about our climate in our country. Because not a lot of people realize how big of an issue it is and how real it is.
Climate change is a growing epidemic and that we really need to start thinking about it and take some serious actions to help save our planet and just be more conscious about what we use and where we throw things away. And maybe instead of just thinking that Earth is always going to be here and always be new and green for us, that we're slowly killing Earth and that we really need to be more aware of how we're affecting it.
Because it's an issue that affects all of us, and I feel like not enough is being done about it.
I'm anxious because there's only a short period of time left before the damage done to the Earth becomes irreversible. And I'm worried that if people don't start making changes now, then they never will.
I really hope that we can reduce our greenhouse gas outputs and people will be more aware of what's going on and how we can prevent it.
I hope that one day there'll be a greater awareness for climate change and that there'll be legislation around it protecting our environment.
That things just get better and things get better for everybody else and all living things.
I hope somebody does something about it.
My hope is that in the future as a community we'll all come together and start making changes that will add up to make a tangible difference.
I hope that people become more aware of this issue and legislative action will be taken.
I feel optimistic that we will unite as not only a community, not only as a nation, but as a world.
I really hope that more people will start to take notice of what's going on and take a more concerted effort, and that slowly we will start to see see the process reverse.
It's great that we have so many caring adults in our lives. You have taught us that it is good to think of the consequences of our actions, that we should be planning ahead and working hard now to have brighter futures later on. So it really is discouraging that these lessons aren't being reflected in how adults are addressing the risks of climate change. Youth energy is positive. Youth energy is positive, and we're excited by all of the possible solutions to this problem, and we want you guys to be too. Renewable energy means less pollution, cleaner air and water, less disease. We can make depleted soil healthier. More recycling, less pollution and waste, meaning healthier oceans on which all life depends. Stronger democracies, civil discourse, scientific planning, and most importantly of all, cooperation. All of these things are good and will help promote the necessary change. Thank you. I'd like the youth in the audience to stand. We all really appreciate you listening. And without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Dana Nucitelli. Thank you.